Not long ago, Donald Trump seemed untouchable, a towering figure in American politics whose presence was felt far and wide. His rallies drew massive crowds, with supporters flocking from all corners of the nation. His grip on the Republican Party was ironclad, a testament to his influence and charisma. To his supporters, he was more than just a leader. He was a fighter, a symbol of resilience, who could weather any storm, from impeachment trials to relentless media scrutiny. This aura of invincibility made him appear larger than life, a figure seemingly destined for continued dominance on the political stage. Trump projected supreme confidence, famously claiming he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose voters. A shocking but telling boast that underscored his perceived invulnerability. For years, he survived scandals that would have ended other political careers, only growing stronger in the eyes of his base, who saw him as a beacon of defiance. Lawmakers who aligned with him flourished, basking in his reflected glory. Those who dared to cross him faced swift retribution, creating a climate of fear and conformity within the party. He reshaped the GOP in his image, making his rallies defining events for many Americans, a spectacle of political theater that captivated the nation. Even after his 2020 defeat, his influence held strong. He remained the party's central figure and kingmaker, a testament to his enduring appeal. His endorsements swayed primaries, and his claims of a stolen election cemented loyalty among millions, fueling a movement that refused to fade. To allies and enemies alike, Trump's grip on politics seemed unbreakable, a permanent fixture in American life, a force that continued to shape the nation's discourse and direction. But as of September 2025, Trump's once impenetrable fortress is cracking under relentless legal pressure. The air outside the courthouse is thick with tension as crowds of supporters and protesters gather, their voices echoing the gravity of the moment. The spectacle is no longer just political theater, it's a high-stakes legal battle that threatens to reshape Trump's legacy. Court cases, both civil and criminal, have shifted from being mere political distractions to representing real, tangible legal jeopardy for the former president. The courtroom, once a distant threat, has become the main stage where Trump's fate is being decided. Indictments related to the 2020 election and the events of January 6th have forced Trump to divert not only his time, but also millions of dollars to his defense. The legal battles are draining his resources and focus, pulling him away from the campaign trail and the spotlight he once dominated. Judges have consistently rejected his attempts to delay or dismiss these mounting cases, lending significant credibility to the charges against him. Each legal defeat is a public blow, eroding the perception that he is above the law. Every setback chips away at his aura of invincibility, revealing that his influence and power hold little sway within the impartial walls of the courtroom. The image of Trump as an untouchable figure is fading with each court appearance. Now, the headlines are dominated not by his rallies or political maneuvers, but by his ongoing legal troubles. The media's focus has shifted, and the public's attention is fixed on the courtroom drama rather than campaign spectacle. This constant association with criminal proceedings is beginning to tarnish his once powerful brand, even among some of his most loyal supporters. Doubts are creeping in, and the unwavering support he once enjoyed is showing signs of strain. The image of a powerful, commanding leader is slowly being replaced by that of a defendant, ensnared in mounting legal woes. As the legal onslaught intensifies, Trump's future, both political and personal, hangs in the balance, with every court date shaping the next chapter of his story. Court decisions have exposed a vulnerability Trump rarely showed. Judges, including some he appointed, have ruled against him, undermining his claims of partisan persecution. Gag orders have limited his ability to attack the justice system, curbing his power to control the narrative. Each enforcement is a public reminder he is not above the law. Financial penalties in civil cases have strained his finances and business empire, challenging his image of immense wealth. The need to secure massive bonds for appeals has exposed further financial stress. With multiple trials ahead, Trump's future is dominated by courtrooms, not campaign trails. Negative headlines are now a constant, providing ammunition for his opponents. The relentless weight of the gavel is transforming him from political titan to embattled defendant. Another crack in Trump's once impenetrable fortress is the growing hesitation among wealthy Republican donors, a group that has long been the financial backbone of his political ambitions. In previous election cycles, billionaires and influential business leaders eagerly lined up to fund his campaigns, viewing him as a powerful champion for their interests and a disruptor who could shake up the status quo in Washington. But now, as Trump's legal troubles continue to mount and questions about his electability grow louder, many of these major donors are quietly closing their wallets, choosing to sit on the sidelines or redirect their support elsewhere. High-profile figures like Stephen Schwarzman and Ken Griffin, once considered reliable Trump backers, are now signaling support for other candidates or opting to stay out of the fray altogether, sending shockwaves through Republican fundraising circles. Their pullback is more than just a financial decision. It's a powerful vote of no confidence, sending a clear and unmistakable message to the party's leadership about the risks of sticking with Trump. Some donors are repelled by the constant drama and unpredictability that surrounds Trump's campaigns. Others worry that his mounting legal baggage and polarizing reputation make him a weak general election candidate who could cost the party dearly. As a result, the search for a more viable, less chaotic alternative is already underway, with donors quietly meeting with other Republican hopefuls and strategists to discuss the future of the party. Without the deep pockets of major contributors, Trump's campaign faces a significant disadvantage, struggling to match the fundraising power and organizational strength of his rivals. The loss of donor funds not only weakens Trump's influence over the party, but also elevates his rivals, giving them a crucial edge in the race for the nomination. The quiet exodus of big money is already reshaping the political landscape, signaling a potential turning point in the Republican Party's future and leaving Trump's path to victory more uncertain than ever before. Donor reluctance reflects a broader shift among the GOP's elite. Instead of backing Trump exclusively, they're spreading support across a range of 2028 hopefuls. Rising stars like Ron DeSantis and Glenn Youngkin are attracting increased donor interest and resources. This creates a more competitive primary environment, challenging Trump's dominance. Donors hope to avoid another Trump-led loss and are steering the party toward a more stable future. The shifting loyalties of the donor class are quietly undermining Trump's authority and empowering new leaders. The most visible sign of Trump's fading aura is GOP leaders openly distancing themselves. Once, criticism was rare. Now, the risks of silence outweigh the risks of speaking out. Figures like Mitch McConnell are more openly critical, urging the party to move beyond Trump's chaos. Governors and members of Congress are building their own brands, independent of Trump. Even conservative media is giving more airtime to alternative voices. The chorus of unquestioning support is giving way to a more critical conversation. Subtle distancing has become open criticism. Lawmakers like Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger, once isolated, now find their warnings echoed by others. Former administration officials, including William Barr and Mark Esper, have publicly questioned Trump's leadership and character. Their first-hand accounts chip away at his image, painting a portrait of chaos and disregard for democratic norms. As more Republicans speak out, dissent becomes safer and more common. Criticism now focuses on his electability and respect for the rule of law. The party is debating its future, no longer silenced by fear of retribution. The whispers of discontent have become a full-throated argument for moving beyond Trump. Trump's fading aura is the result of a convergence, the courts, the donors, and party leaders. Legal battles drain his resources and tarnish his image. Donor pullback weakens his campaign and empowers rivals. Dissent from party leaders shatters the illusion of unified control. Each setback now triggers more defections, the opposite of his earlier bandwagon effect. The myth of Trump's immunity to political gravity is dissolving. He can be held accountable, lose financial backers, and face internal challenges. The cracks in his fortress are now too large to ignore. The question is no longer if his power will wane, but how fast and what comes next. Trump's diminished power places the GOP at a crossroads. For nearly a decade, the party's identity was defined by him. Now, the GOP faces an identity crisis: return to traditional conservatism or embrace a new populism without Trump's baggage. Some want to broaden the party's appeal. Others seek a successor to mobilize Trump's base. The coming primary could be wide open, with multiple candidates vying for control. This transition is both a challenge and an opportunity for new leaders and ideas. The political world is beginning to imagine a future not defined by Trump's shadow. That, in itself, is a monumental shift.